What about the sounds of the body in the dubbing studio? Do voice actors have to control the sounds of their body? Heavy breathing, loud heartbeat, the ringing in their ears? Do they even have to imitate the original actor's breathing? Do the sound engineers have to make sure the sounds of the vital functions are captured on the international audio track? These are moot questions.
Everything stays the same, and these are moot questions. Luckily, we now have the opportunity to watch the original version of all these movies, says Jonte. This way, the breathing and the heartbeat and the ringing in the ears are always authentic, always.
Luckily, says Pelle, we can now use the internet and digital versatile discs to avoid dubbed versions.
Luckily, says Wanda, we are finally able to watch movies in their original versions, for the first time after the end of the silent movie era, able to watch movies in their original version, which had barely been possible in Germany ever since the mid-1930s.
Says Wanda, who wears silent movie makeup that is slightly exaggerated. And luckily, I say, no one has to stand in the dark for us. I say, in the dark dubbing studios, I say, no one has to be in accordance with the movements of strangers' lips.
The black tissue, says Wanda, and applies an even blacker mascara. Or a new voice, says Jonte. Yes, a new voice for the same actor, says Pelle, so that the viewers of the series complain, I say. Complain that the voice was unnatural.
Natural. Is that why your breathing is so shallow, asked Wanda. Is your breathing shallow because your voice has been replaced? In the dark studio?
I don't know what to answer.
No answer.
Don't know an answer to that. But maybe I will. In 9 seconds. In 8 seconds. 7.
Let's watch some movies. Let's watch some movies by Andy Warhol for a change.
Or Dark Shadows, the first soap opera with a vampire.
Andy Warhol's Dracula on the screen in my room.
And everyone is watching.
The first scene?
Dracula as Udo Kier, as Dracula in front of a mirror. Therefore,
Dracula, who actually still is Udo Kier,
who becomes Dracula by putting on makeup in the first scene. Udo Kier, who did not dub himself in the German version because of his broad Cologne accent. Udo Kier, whose English is German.
And of course we are watching the original version just to hear this German English from Udo Kier's mouth, the same mouth from which blood is running when he utters sentences like, "This room is terrible and full of light."
Like a sentence you said, the one you say, I think, while Udo Kier's talking, I think.
I feel a vibration where my headphones usually are, around my neck, a heavy bass vibration, a
subwoofer underneath the skin of my neck, closely underneath.
It vibrates.
While your face on the screen is saying, it's time to make our future up, while I'm reaching for my shoulder, reaching for the spot where my headphones usually are.
Reaching for the spot where my headphones usually are.
This is what lies ahead of me, I think.
What I saw in that video, what I experienced in that video wasn't live.
It lies ahead of me.
And I need to wait.
Udo Kier is dubbed in the German version because his Cologne accent is too broad. Christopher Lee dubs himself, learns German to dub himself, or just acts in German straight away. Apart from German, he speaks English, French, Italian, Russian, Spanish, Greek, and Danish.
Only the sounds of my breath must not be too loud. Must never be too loud if I want this movie to see an international release.
An international audio track on which the voices are recorded separately from everything else, separated from the breath, from the heartbeat, separated from the vibrating alert underneath the skin of the neck in order to replace them with different voices from other countries in versions made for other countries.
The nerve endings in the lips, nerves that end in order to be particularly sensitive to your touch. Lips, an organ of touch for objects that you recorded. Objects that you want to record.
Are recording. Enjoy it, even if it's unclear, and you think this won't get me anywhere, but you never know.
Sentences that sound right at first glance. Sentences that sound different in daylight. Sentences that make your lips crack. 10, 9, 8.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Through the night with you. Through the night, add to friends, add to lovers. Through the skin on the lips, 3 to 5 cell layers as opposed to 16 cell layers like the rest of the facial skin. All of your skin, you say, has been waiting for this, how they say these days, first look and feel, even if it's only a video. Hands on. My body is tested. Your skin is terrible and full of light, you say. The skin on your lips is nothing but light, you scream. And here all I can see are blood vessels, the blood in the blood vessels. What use is brightness if all I see is blood? The ringing of your ears when someone thinks of you, thinks and doesn't stop thinking of you, doesn't stop, never stops between sunset and sunrise. The ringing is the star of the stubbing. An irregular ringing, sometimes long, sometimes short, long, short.
Juno. I think it's because my heart starts pounding every time I see you.
Polly, mine too.
Juno. Well, that's all I could ask for. You're golden, Anne.
Polly, can we make out now?
Juno. Yeah. The movement of the lips is supported by parts of the mimic musculature, depending on the movement. Compare.
Movement of the lips, sound production.
Movement of the lips, touch.
Movement of the lips, kiss.
Everything will be over by the break of dawn, you say. It's always over by the break of dawn.
Bye-bye.
Until the break of dawn, you will have to tell me stories.
You say, and I say.
You always want stories.
You say.
People can't live without stories.
You say.
People can't survive without sustainability.
You say.
We are microphones. You lay your hand on my head.
Your hand.
Your hand on my...
My hand on your head.
And now I am supposed to record this. The sound in the veins, in the lungs, the platelets of the skin of my neck. If I close my eyes now, I don't know whether what I hear is my or your breath. Therefore, you say, you have to tell me stories, because then you know the breath that is breathing here. It is yours.
You have to tell stories in order for life to be consumable, you say. And you add,
In my life, I was larger than this. This joke can't be translated into other languages because dubbings must be done quickly, and everyone has to adhere to the time limits. It can't be translated, but well, thanks for choosing the original version.
Finally, someone I know is being attacked by a vampire, and my camera and I, we're not around. Damn.
Awry. Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere, only then.
Our love only flashes when
something goes awry somewhere, only then.
Our love only flashes
Our
when
love
something
only
goes awry
flashes
somewhere,
when
only then.
something goes awry somewhere, only then. Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere, only then. Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere, only then. Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere, only then. Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere, only then. Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere, only then. Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere, only then. Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere, only then.
Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere.
Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere.
Our love only flashes when something goes awry somewhere.
Our love only
Only
flashes
then.
when something goes awry
Our love only
somewhere.
flashes when something goes awry somewhere.
But you never
Only
even
then.
sent me
Our
an
love
error
only
message,
flashes when something
an
goes awry
erroneous short
somewhere.
message in
Only
which you
then.
wrongly state that our love is over, or that it's not, but is instead endless. We go on endlessly, waiting endlessly.